Okay, guys, let's roll. I'm going to wing this, so let's see how I do. Let me know in the comments. We start off with this piece here from the First Minister of Scotland. He's a little bit worried about the government's poor approach to asylum barracks in Scotland. He's a little bit worried that Wester confirmed on Monday that 2 military barracks in Scotland and southern England will be used to house around 900 men in total, as the UK government aims to end the use of hotels to house people awaiting decisions on their asylum claims. Now, I don't know how many of you have actually lived amongst 900 men or what 900 men in a barracks looks like, but I certainly have. I quite often spent time in what we in the Navy refer to as stone frigates. Stone frigates meaning shore bases. Yeah, I was a barrack room stanchion occasionally. Anyhow, so I thought, well, 900 men, that's a lot of men. At HMS Ganges, they were 1,000 young sailors. So, yeah, not far off 900. And then, of course, all the support staff as well. So it's a lot of people. Although apparently these 900 men are going to be spread over two camps. But they're not camps really, are they, boys? I'm beginning to look on them as being army barracks. So when I saw the figure, I thought, let's go check out what the state is of the British Army at this moment in time and how many combat regiments they have. Not everything, not support staff or anything like that. How many combat ready troops? So let's have a look. Start off with the traditional greeting. Sam, good morning. Right, here we go, guys. We've got 19 ready for combat infantry regiments. Now, how many men are in a regiment? Well, I think there's between 1,000 and 3,000. So we'll go down 16 traditional line infantry, 19 infantry regiments. Okay, so how many men are that? By the way, a regiment, its fighting forces broken up into battalions. In a regiment, there could be 2 or more battalions depending on the size of the regiment. So let's have a look. British Infantry Regiment, 2 to 5 battalions. Royal Regiment of Scotland has 5 battalions. That's a big regiment. Well, let's be honest, guys. You can't blame the UK for wanting a big regiment of Scotland. They make superb fighting troops. Second only to the Welsh, I might say. Royal Regiment of Fusiliers, yeah. The Rifles, famous, sharp. On seeing the enemy, I immediately advanced. That's my style, sir. Infantry battalions, here we go. 550 to 650 personnel, okay? So those 2 camps that they are looking at is each going to handle a battalion of young men. Now, the thing to know about the young men that are coming over the boats, almost without exception, every single one of them will have passed through military training in the countries they originated from, because compulsory conscription is enforced in those countries. So they are literally trained fighting men. So we've dispersed them around the country. We know that those people I like to talk about use their places of worship to store their weapons. Who's to say what is being stored in them? I've just been through different news sites checking up on how many people have been caught smuggling weapons into the United Kingdom over the last few years. And there are cases, none worthy of mention at this point in the game. So what it did lead me on to was, well, we've got all these young men of fighting age. We've got them in our cities, and we know that they have some weapons within their armories because their places of worship are not just for religion, they are military headquarters. So, how could they arm themselves in the event of civil unrest or a civil war? Well, it's quite easy, really, because we can go here. Print and shoot. How 3D printed guns are spreading online. I've checked up on how many people have been caught making these weapons, and it's quite interesting because one guy, a girl actually, got 8 years for trying to make one, whereas another person, a Muslim guy, received 5 years for having one in his possession with ammunition. So here you can see how easily they could be manufactured in, say, a place of worship. I'm not thinking churches here. Our churches tend to be places of peace, not war. So let's have a look. 3D printed guns could become the weapon of choice. These weapons are very, very difficult to detect with metal detectors, so they can easily be smuggled around the country. Although apparently the new technology is coming along to detect the smell of them as opposed to the metal content. 3D printed guns could become the weapon of choice for people planning. Yeah, okay. So let's have a look. Well, I thought then I would check out on see if anybody has been convicted for not just making these planning to make these weapons, but having one in their possessions. And then I came across this. 2 Bradford men decided not to give evidence. They were later convicted for this. The name's Christopher Gill. He's nothing to really do with it, but he was actually a bit of an IT geek. And Majib Rahman. Now I know that Majib is an exact Islamic name, and Rahman originates in Kuwait, that part of the world. So here's the weapons that they made. Yeah, pretty deadly looking, isn't it? Okay. And so if we move on from them, those guys, we have this. Man found with 3D printed firearms manuals sentenced to 10 terrorism offences. This was January 2025, not too long ago. And what was this guy's name? Abidabwa blah blah Akbar Mohammed. Yeah, he sounds like a Welsh choir boy to me. So you can see that these weapons are easy to manufacture. They're already known about within this community. And so they've now got the barracks, 500 men. It would be very easy to get 500 weapons to those people. Anyhow, let me know in the comments what you think about it. Our site is growing slowly, guys, but it is growing. I'm trying to improve, but I can only improve if you help me by liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment. It gets lonely living in the kitchen on your own with nothing but a computer to keep you company. Okay, well, that's all I got for you. So go away now. A tip to the critical drinker. Stay safe, stay strong, and I'll be seeing you on the beach.